Hi everyone, welcome back. In this video, we're going to look at the discriminant, and we're going to learn how to find the number of x in the set using the discriminant, and we're going to learn how to find the unknown values, such that the equation have one solution, no solution, or two solutions. Now, let's get started on what does discriminant actually mean. If you recall, we learned the quadratic equation in general form is ax squared plus bx plus c equals 0. And the solution for it will be x equal negative b plus minus root b squared minus 4ac over 2a. Now, think about whatever inside the square root, right? If this gives you a positive number, then you're going to have 2x solution because you have plus and minus here. So whatever inside is a positive, 2x solution. If this is a negative number, then you cannot square root of a negative number, then you have no solution for x. And if whatever inside equals 0, then square root of 0 is 0, then you will have just one solution because plus minus 0 is just 0 anyway. Okay, so therefore we define as the thing inside is called the discriminant. So discriminant formula, we call that delta, that's equal b squared minus 4ac. So we have three cases. If b squared minus 4ac, if the discriminant is bigger than 0, and if we say if it's bigger than 0, we can square root of it. So there's a plus minus, so we end up having 2x intercept or 2x, two solution. Okay, so if we think of parabola, we're going to have 2x solution here and here, or it's upside down here and here. If b squared minus 4ac equals 0, then square root of 0 is 0. The plus minus here doesn't matter at all. So you will have 1x solution. So if you think about a parabola have 1x solution, then it will basically just touch it like that. So it touches at one point. Or amplify it go like this, okay? And finally, if you have b squared minus 4ac less than 0, and we said that square root of 0, square root of negative number is undefined, you have no solution for this. And if we has the parabola and it just go like that, it doesn't cut the x-axis at all. And it might go like that if it has that face. All right. Now we're going to look at this example, and we're going to learn how to apply them. So without sketching, determine whether the graph is cross. Cross means cutted to x-intercept. Touch means one x-intercept. And do not intersect means it just doesn't intersect at all. Okay. Now, what we do, so they pretty much similar. I just do one example. So let's do example I. So y equal to x squared minus 4x minus 6. A is 2, b is negative 4, and c is negative 6. So we're going to test the discriminant. Discriminant equal b squared minus 4ac. B squared is negative 4 squared minus 4 times 2 times negative 6. Negative 4 squared is 16 minus 2 times 4 is 8. 8 times negative 6 is 48. And negative gives you positive. So 16 plus 48 is 64. Okay, so because 64 is a positive number, then surely it's going to have an A positive. So it's going to cut it to x-intercept. So in answer to this question, cut means it crosses over. So therefore you have it crosses the x-axis at two solution, whatever that is, at two intersect, 2 points. Okay, and to give you a trick, if you think about 64 and if you square root of 64, square root of 64 is actually a perfect square number, is 8. So this means if you can square root of the discriminant in perfect number, this means that your x-intercept will be a whole number. If you cannot square root, um, if it's a positive number, but the square root gives you irrational, like if this is 65 or something, then you know that it's going to have irrational solution for the x-intercept. Okay. Now we're going to do an example here of how to find the unknown, show that the equation have no solution, one or two solution. So sometimes they might ask you backwards. They give you A, B, and C, and they want you to find the value of n, so that is have one solution. So to have one solution, b squared minus 4ac have to be 0. So we have identified a equal 3, b is the coefficient in front of x, which is negative 2n. So b is negative 2n. Maybe I just write here. A equal 3, b is negative 2n, and c is 3. Okay, so sub it in. So to have one solution, the discriminant have to be 0. So b squared negative 2m squared minus 4 times a is 3 times c 3 equals 0. Negative m squared, negative 2m squared is 4m squared. 4 times 3 gives you 36 equals 0. You just move 36 over 4m squared equals 36. M squared equals 36 over 4, which is 9. And to square root of that, square root of 9. And because when you square a number, it could be negatives as well, so plus minus, and you have m equals plus minus 3. Okay. Now that's A. For B, if you want no solution, so no solution means b squared minus 4ac is less than 0. So you pretty much doing the same thing. Instead of let it equal 0, you less than 0. So you would have this 4 m squared minus 36. I just copy over, but this time I do less than 0. Okay. Now the thing is, when you solve for inequality of quadratics equation, you can't just move 36 over and then divide it by 4 and then make it less than like I. We don't do that because instead we're going to draw a parabola for this. So we always sketch a parabola when we solve inequality. And we to look at the region where it's below 0. Okay, so negative 36 here as the move translation down, and the dilation just make the shape thinner, and you know the shape will look like that. Okay, if you think about m is a variable, and whatever that is, let's think about that as the y value. Now you think about you want the whole thing to be less than 0. So 0 is here. So you can see that I want less than 0. So I actually want anything below 0. So I want that section. I didn't want this, and I didn't want this either. Okay. So this means your solutions will be from there to there. And we did find that from here and here is actually the m intersect, which is negative 3 and 3. Negative 3 and 3 here. So we have the solution that we have will be negative 3 less than m less than 3. And similarly, if you want to do two solutions, you do 4m squared minus 36. Now this is bigger than 0 instead. And we do the same thing. To make it bigger than 0, we're going to look at the region that is above 0. So above 0 is this region and this region. We don't want this. We don't want this. So this one here, and we can see copy it over negative 3 and 3. So the solution for this one will be m. So anything that less than -3 or anything that bigger than 3. That will give you true solution for f.